Guys, right there. There was a Democrat in Congress that once said that the Republicans are the opposition, but the Senate is the enemy. And I was really very interested to see what would happen when these two entities mixed, when the House managers would go over to the Senate, and what would actually occur. We're going to get, in just a moment here, a report from the Senate. And I was wondering, would these two opposing forces just annihilate each other? You know, kind of like some subatomic reaction. But actually, it was just the opposite. When Schiff and Nadler started emitting this unctuous mendacity that just went on and on and on, it was like some kind of negative energy. And watching it, I was really agape at what was coming out of these guys' mouths. The absolute lies and fabrications and exaggerations and hyperbole. It got old in a hurry. But our next speaker is a man who stood very proud. I listened on the radio. I was listening as the impeachment vote was going down, and I could hear his voice, not guilty, on both counts. So I'm very pleased to introduce one of Idaho's voices of reason. I'd like to give you a report from the Senate by Senator Jim Risch, please.
Well, gosh, it's good to be back. Vicki sends her greetings. She's got the grandkids tonight, so she sends me by myself. She and I have been married 52 years this year. We're about to go through our 35th and 36th campaigns this year. And if she were here, she'd say, well, yeah, it was 50 years, but she counts election years in dog years, so it's actually been a whole lot longer than 52 years. And she's right. Blessed to have her. Look, this delegation we have right now in Congress is great. Mike Crapo has been a friend for many, many years. When he came to the state Senate, I'd been there 10 years. When I came to the U.S. Senate, he'd been there 10 years, which makes me, by the way, the junior senator from Idaho. Can you believe that? But I feel this way about Mike Crapo, and that is I want to serve every single day I serve in the United States Senate as the junior senator from Idaho. Mike's got a great job. He's chairman of an A committee. Not an A+ committee like I am, but it's a good committee. Don't get me wrong. You know, banking committee's a good committee. But Mike and I are closer than anybody in any of the teams from any of the states. We always talk before we vote, and as a result of that, 99% of the time, we deliver 2 votes for Idaho instead of offsetting each other like a lot of the states do. Russ, we love you, man. Welcome. Thank you for sending us, Russ Mitchell. Russ has been a great addition to the team and doing a great job there. Russ, sorry about those bills, but you tell your Democrat colleagues to just keep sending them over because we got a lot of holes to put them in. My desk is just full of them. And, when they come to the Foreign Relations Committee, I'll take care of it. Tell them so. How many of you watched the State of the Union? All right. You know, I was sitting from here to about there, and I wish all of you could have been sitting there and watching this. This was, as you know, I've done this all my adult life, and I've heard hundreds of political speeches. That one was an instant classic, clearly near the top. He started with a victory lap, and then what he did was did some made-for-TV moments, which were absolutely stunning. I'd given 50 speeches around the country about Juan Guaido, and they got him out. They got him out of Venezuela for the State of the Union. They're going to get him back in. I'm not. Well, I guess I do know how, but I can't tell you how. They're going to get him back in. In any event, he had all those military people there with their stories, and it was. And then giving Rush Limbaugh the Medal of Freedom was a really special moment. I have to tell you, I didn't hear that same reaction from the other side of the aisle. You couldn't hear it on TV, but there was an audible groan from those people, and it warmed my little heart to hear that. You know, the president rightly took a victory lap for what's happened during the 3 years that he's been president. He's created 7 million new jobs. There are more Americans employed today than ever before, nearly 160 million. The unemployment rate is at a 50-year low, virtually at full employment. African American and Hispanic unemployment rates are the lowest ever in the history of this country. Wages are rising. Wages are rising rapidly, with the greatest gains seen at the lowest income workers. You know how they always complain, oh, you Republicans, all you care about is the rich people, right? Today, the fastest growth is at the bottom of the wage scale with 16% wage growth. Every U.S. metropolitan area saw per capita incomes grow in 2018. Women secured 72% of all new jobs created in 2019. Real take-home pay for middle-class families has grown $5,000 in 3 years. Median household income is the highest level ever recorded. Nearly 2.5 million Americans, 2.5 million Americans have risen out of poverty, including 1.4 million children. The President of the United States did this, you did this, we did this as Republicans. We've been telling them for years that Republican economics works. Cut taxes, cut back on regulations, and this is the result you're going to get.